November 11th, 1991, my father at 81. The sweat-smelted smoke rolled over the steel mill town, blue collar to black. 2. Orphan at 16, milling his own future, he never looked back. Dad. Had the best voice I ever heard in a man. It sat in his chest and rumbled easily up his throat, catching wing on the way, and fired by his mind and ear. Baritone, I suppose, if he'd been a singer. But oddly, he was not. Tone-deaf, appalling pitch. But give him the King James Version, 23rd Psalm, or in his prime, almost any Shakespeare, and almost to the end of his days, certain lines from Wordsworth, and his voice thrummed with syllables and sound, rhythm, and the sound of consonants rolling over one another, and meaning. He would love to read you the story of his steel mill town. He might have liked the sweated, smelted smoke as a phrase, but he would have read it in his voice, showing you how it should be read, enjoying the evident alliteration, the music, without caring that such poetry is no longer fashionable, like landscape painting or portraiture, lost arts. But arts he loved. Goya among his favorites, the dark Goya. El Greco for another. I introduced him to Zurbaran. They smoked cigarillos in a dark cafe not far from the bull ring and traded stories about the life of brothers in the monastery up on the hill. Anyway, this here is just the beginning of a long poem about my father, written over the years, broken and unbroken, telling the deeper story of my life and coming to me, now that he has died, in snatches. Poor streets and a poor child, tagging behind mom and dad hand in hand Sunday mornings before the fatal afternoon when the black mill ate the dad. Nearer, the white hospital room where mother's ravaged eyes glint only in pain. Malignancy, the white sheet ate her, and you were an orphan at 17. Wild in mind, passionate and driven to be self-made, elbowing into smoke-filled rooms where men played poker for more than peanuts and by day planned economies and campaigns, and you among them, writing up their times in journalistic prose. Nearer yet, the fall of marriages, the fractured homes, the son dreamed into manhood by a father's heart and will, the therapeutic years which passed like water over stone, shaping, only a little, the hard man with a deep, soft heart who never got the smoke of Cicero from his lungs. Nearer to the knife under ether, the encroach of age, the bent back, the stiffening shoulders that keep the heart and mind in a narrowing cage, the winding down of time. Words no longer arrows for the bow of thought, books too many ever to be read, piling slowly by the evening lamp. The world now accelerating past its wash of wind and noise, rocking him who has known love, triumph, pleasure, loss, now turns the channel and watches night by night the spell of nature, reel on reel, lighting up his mind, the fishes swimming in the deep, the odd creatures in their habitats, the inland lakes where the long-necked loon lifts its wings from the darkened water and with slow beats climbs into the overcast. He watches the long flight. Bird or soul? Pretty good.
Is that the whole poem?
Yeah.